मांगहल्लक इंटर कम्युनिटी मैरिज ते येंसी साइ ऐसे को फैमिली से की थोलक आगाम से याम बनो कोई लोन से साइ कमन में कमन में कोई सिसिने कोई सिसिने बनो मरम होय साइ ममा लोन द फ्लुएंसी इमोशनल कनेक्शन वाला को नंबर होयगा कई थोलक के हाथ में तंग साइ फजर ममा लोन दो सिसिने फम लेगा को काने फम खंगा रोय बदी मरु होय रोय सिसिने एंटायर कल्चरल आइडेंटिटी मसका लिबा अमसो कम्युनिटी तो की लोन ना पूरी बात तो लिटरेचर हिस्ट्री कलेक्शन ऐसा असली याम मांगहल्लेबा मखता स्पेशल मैरिज इन 1954 की मतलब इन आई ना पाम बजा बिसा खाइ ना आई लाइफ पार्टनर चूज तब याय अदु मैना तब याय है सोसाइटी ने दी थिंग अदु मैना खैना फुरबा से कानूनगे है का दार के वखन मुना खंथा बिरगा यान का को तो वखन मुना खंथा बिरे हायगा अखोय की मैना नुबा है लेके नुबी है लेके अनि मगना जेंडर अनि मगना कोई फुरबा से मांगहनिंद्रगनी साइगी अखोय मैते से कन्नब की दमक फुरबा से मांगहनिंदे अदुना अयबा वहन वनो क्या में थमजर मतुंगा हाउस असुगी पास बिदनबा मोशन सिग्नेचर
Mrs. Speaker, sir, kaya ba lang sir ga ngasigi agas house at hindi pa miya na mo ko ay hali ko nga khuyam jari ngasigi house ko khalali ko motion may tay nabina mito te yung pan bana may tay fruit ta mangsa balay di har bahiram asigi cause effect matik chana lay bana ay isama treasury pensi member ama on represent treasury ay khoy may tay amadi may tay ko fruit sing asig kanana ba iramdam ki sabtam lamkhay amadi apun ba dilijing asinga ngana ba thoshil ya semlang matamda may tay nabina mito te yung pan ba hay bahiram asig housing salary social grade asida yamna makhana hoda ya ramani maidai kuna lon kai tharak badagi furu ki saktam na chanabi leba ki lam khai nga pa mamata badagi awa film ya lak badagi maidai nu pina mito yung pan se pamura basmare ai oina di maidai nu pina mito yung pan bana maidai furu ta ka hina mangzam le de hani ni sika sa larik hai bi thabak jaw na tawbi furu ki mi chapur ka da bi maidai nu pi kya mito ta yung pan khre hai bi si pioneer bagi mi su sa na tai मैदे नि पासिंग के दोरगा ले होरगे थाबल जोंग बगे मतम ददी मैदे नि पासिंग ने पाइप तो जोंग खिबनि अदुगा लौ खिबना मिटोप ते युम पान में यादे हाबा कस्टमरी लो सोइ दब माले मिशन बेस फुल अमा सोइ दब माले खि मैदे से अहेन ब पाम दि ngakani हाइना उमरा सिबि दुरा फुदुम की खाना बो खलोन सिंग अदुदि मैदे नि बी सिंग दा चेन ले हनना मा थौशिल दि मैदे कांगना मरोइ दा मैदे नि बासिंग दा खबरा फरेदि मिटोप हाबि सिकना अमुक खंथा दु नि येंसी मैदे नतबा अतोपा फुरु कांगलुक सिंग असि मिटोप दा लोइ जिंगला मैदे बामो सिंग असि मिटोप ला बामो न योम पांगनी हाना थौना फुना चौथर बगिना मक थौरानि गोइ बनत्रा निमो मचा हाइना खंगना यो पांगल सिंग असि मिटोप ला मैदे निमो सिंग थाजदना ना पिनु लेमिना लेबा पांगल सिंग असि ना मैदे नि बिसिंग लबदा अथि पथमबेरा लमदम असि दा हमिन कामिन रखि बा लेबा कामिन रखि बा तांखुल कबुई मरि चोथे अनाला चिंग सिंग असि मिटोप दा चिंग दोइरा लाइक सिंगी वारी नदी मैदे सिंग अमनि चिंगमी सिंग लौना लेनरम की वारी यावरी इवदम खमलांग बना तखिल चनु कलिका लौ नमसी फाव दai मैदे निथौ सिंगना मचा निमो सिंगु युनो न वाले बा खन निथौ सिंग थाजरमी मसी लना मंगा हाइबनी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन नि लगा फॉरेन पॉलिसी दर मे मिता बना ट्रस्ट सर मणिपुर लाइब सिंग असिना अखोगी मी चिंग लगा नुचु हारो बगी चंगलखिबा अमनि चंगलिबा सिंग असिना मिटोप द सिंग दोइरा मयाम खरदी मैदे खुलक रे त खुंदा ले ता दुले बस यावरे मैदे नि पीसी दो युना फाव लौनरे करबो थोदि न बि अयाबनो हाब दुने खंसने मिसेस स्पीकर सर मैदे का मखोय बिसु मिटोप ने हाइ खिरा खरा लेरबनी मैदे मयाम हाइबा वाहि स्पोलगनी मैदे पांगनगु मैदे पांगनगु अखोय मंगोल मसला हाइबनी चाइना जापान कोरिया अमदि थाईलैंड युम पालबनी मिटोप त चिंग दौरिरा जापान की अफब नुपा अमदा युम पालबनी साउथौ सगदा करम नुपानो हाइबा सुमुन खंगना युम पालरबनी फुरुक के ओगेरा मिटोप के ओगेरा अदुम मजा बतावनी फुरुक की मंगजा बदुम मोयरेटा मिटोप ते युम पान यादे हाइरगदी मैदे पासिंग द युम पानना ब मिटेक सांबा थौशिना म सेम बता कदौरिरा मैदे तु बि सिंग म पाथो अन हाइबा चक मान रखलनी मिरम का सन्नगा नु हाइबदि ए खक या बदम जरे मिसेस स्पीकर सर ये लरा तु सेरो हावरा पंगला मयाम अमहेला पुरो हाइबा वासु ताखी मिसेस स्पीकर सर in the gas mirrors as if I have a scientifically chumi malim pumda global village no oil laba matam asida miram larik tamba thabak toba amadi koi bina jingba chatnai Mr. Speaker sir my take nimo singa lining ba fundari se kisanu iram dam do ogera miram do ogera to patamu mama papa majin manao maram da ni yai fanna ba khanna ba manal ko ka honna ba education ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯄꯤꯕꯗ ꯉꯥꯏꯐꯗꯦ ꯏꯇꯥꯎ ꯇꯥꯔꯒ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯆꯟꯅꯔꯣꯏ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯃꯁꯦꯜ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯅ ꯂꯩꯅꯔꯒ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯐꯔꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦꯕꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯃꯤꯇꯣꯞꯇ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯏꯁꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯀꯜꯆꯔ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯄꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛ ꯆꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯍꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯔꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯃꯇꯥ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯍꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯗꯥꯏꯁꯄꯣꯔꯥ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯍꯜꯂꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯔꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯁꯨ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯁꯨ ꯅꯥꯁꯥꯏ ꯑꯣꯟꯈꯤꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯅꯨꯄꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯈꯛꯇ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯍꯟꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯁꯤꯒ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯂꯣꯕꯦꯂꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟꯗ ꯍꯤꯡꯂꯤ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯁꯤꯒ ꯇꯨꯅꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯤꯁꯦꯁ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯤꯀꯔ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯂꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯃꯣꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯊꯝꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯊꯝꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯐꯦꯛ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯐꯤꯒꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯕꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯂꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯃꯣꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯎꯁꯇꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
Thank you very much. Next debater is serial number 29, Salam Silpasanu Tinungai Opposer. Amukasu highlight I now see Kopoi speaker see serial number 29, Salam Silpasanu Tinungai Opposer. That record. Now I call upon serial number 23, Ningthaujam Prem Kumar Singh. Ningthaujam Prem Kumar Singh, Samram Mayai Lekai Opposer. Ningthaujam Prem Kumar Singh, serial number 23, Samram Mayai Lekai Opposer. That record is opposition bands again. Talks again, serial number 26. Akoijam Sunandi Devi, Kansipur. Opposition bands.
Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir, ngasiga House to pukalagiba motion, mitay lupi na mitop na mayong pamada, mitay fruit na mang tama na yahay ngasiga motion sida paliba, main kapunan o riba mitay ang mawahay asda ko naghanda ka riba asi, mandang masida ngaligi mandang dagi hawraga pundani ta manira na ba diba aliba asi ko, tasin komjit na palapada at jabat hutang kaya aman lahu na diba, nilang fruit ang magkami. Ado po Mr. Speaker, sir, hay ba fruit asi sakta masi ngong magi asum mang sa na marang kanda mang kigadra mut kigadra hai bagi di paigal nari ni kira asida furu asigi janura sing asina mitop na mayung panda mang sa balay ka mga sing most na sing hek game bada chumbudi manba adu ko manung hanja na game ba matanda yang ko tong tinga ba na marang borga asigi most na sing lani ang tutun ta ko bagi mang ta ay ba points ning ti ko kali thamjai sa speaker sir ngalini matam male mistake mai ke horoga panipugi puwari ki tangka kaya da mitai yupi love sting ha thona mangal ta na furu asigi yokha charappa amadi ne ba asigi ngakpada achaw thudang kaya man lawu na lagi adu ko Mr. Speaker sir teri ba matam khara mang ke horoga kanda ko mitai yupi sting asigi mitop sing lawu ba matunda hundok piramba iyan chanhalamba igi palna pangam nataba adu ka amusto mitop miyan jasting asigi ko furu kitanura sing asigi lawu ba matunda madugi thong chang lawu da lamdang asigi mitop miyan jasting masing lang na pusga tuna hundalay ta halapa Mr. Speaker sir kina ba ya awa mo mati matang asida mut kigadra hai bagi di paigal nai di ba furu asigi tanura sing asigi atam na lawu na ko na lang palaw halap ba hai basti furu asigi mutat na bagi sakthara ko strategy policy amane hai ni ngai Speaker sir adu sir amok Speaker sir anish pa poinda manipur ni jagi ban de hek tilu ba mikup tagi namda masida mito miyan jasting masing lang namjang sa kapag madam bore ka namda masigi shamil lon laina lon laistem lon namok sing sa sakthi kaya malaki hai ba sa tek sing sa pa isan nak sa kadabri adu ko ashi ko malur ba tang masida mitai sa nus ting mito ta mayum pangada akai ba lay mato barang na hai kadabri masig pukjal trip pagi wakam na te masigi api pa furup sing na masa po nak ting na bagi sa charpa resistance movement among Mr. Speaker sir of Mr. Bopoy na manipur asing mito ang lakhan na ba adu kum na ꯂꯩꯇꯕ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯅꯤ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯂꯨꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯁꯨꯞꯅꯇꯒꯤ 14 ꯂꯥꯈꯃꯨꯛꯇꯃꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯌꯥꯝꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯜꯂꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯏꯜꯂꯤꯒꯦꯜ ꯏꯃꯥꯏꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯈꯪꯗꯣꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯀꯟꯖꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯉꯥꯛꯆꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ NRC implement ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯦꯟꯁꯁ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯈꯣꯜꯂꯥꯎ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯍꯟꯖꯤꯟ ꯂꯥꯎꯔꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯇꯥꯕꯤꯗꯕ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯟꯅꯔ ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯄꯔꯃꯤꯠ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝ ꯃꯌꯥ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯕ ꯊꯥꯡꯒ ꯄꯥꯡꯈꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯁꯨꯝꯅ ꯍꯟꯖꯟꯅ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯃꯨꯠꯊꯠꯅꯕ ꯃꯥꯡꯍꯟꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯆꯩꯔꯛ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯜ ꯊꯨꯒꯥꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯃꯥꯡꯖꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯧ ꯀꯔꯝꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤ ꯃꯔꯤꯁꯨꯕ ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠ ꯁꯔ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯦꯔꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯟꯊꯔꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯄꯨꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯔꯤꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯔꯦꯠ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯗ 2.1 ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯇꯩ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯄꯨꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯔꯦꯠ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯁꯨꯞꯅꯇꯒꯤ 1.7ꯗ ꯍꯟꯊꯔꯛꯂꯤ samna haraba matamda matay manaw chani na macha sama ko ka poe haibani adu sisika star population rate 2.1 no mapur amana lamdam malem da kedong da sam na panda no re wa ko masi male ki demographer pudi magna yana na le ko wa ko amani ashum na mut ka da gi khanian fam yoraba matay group asina ai ko isa ki sakam kanjan ba missing he kana bo honna bagi mamutta hanjan na to mayu panda akwai da akai ko rishu dai ka wa ko masi de group asu ko ching bagi mamutta sing da bo ko kan sisika star mga suba point da sisika star india asa tunga ma puru ke an semba adugum na ba democracy chat ba leba amani missing da yung pham bor ka lenga ko lam nam mani missing yang da puru de ke dong da masa ki bore ko ngam sa roi masa ki phet ko ngam sa roi sing na ba ya ba ko na pathan ya ro ba ko mama hai ba ta ra ba di matam khare ko matum na sum so sa na ai khoi ki leba asti ki lenga chuti asa ki lo puru ai ko ai ko ngam na roi tra hai ba di pakhat ba mi to mi ya ja sin na lenga chuti asa pa ra ka dra hai ba di jing na ba lai aduga amusu na ka lam rom da yeng ma matam da Semin on the young Pamatam the India or a semin quality talks and biscuits in Manunda, Manipuna, and issue the letters because Adubu, according to nothing I will be, meaning some Mitraba, government for Taraba, Asaba policies in us, Madam Murakanda, Fuduk Amana, my name was Takalapa, Awa, Klapamatam, the Yokalamamatanda, Maru, when a son of a Yatraba, education high, but here must have opened the Masta, come and the Naki policies, Madam Murakanda, I started making a reporting to me now. Education ta private school ta enroll to bas sama sin quality yamba le ba kasi jami ko ne state kasi ako je mani puno ko ni mas ta na na health ta rin pa matam na sun nga ng link tabi ta na madam ko ka na ko ni namdam kasi ta private host ta sa mas kaya ako tang mo na tang na lain ngamba asi ko ta mas na ta ne ko ni mas ki mo sa natin lalim sa speaker ta 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 sa wa ko sa mas na mas mo sa natin lalim ta ko bram yo na sa speaker ta na sa house ko ring natin ko na sa ko reset to sa speaker sa
Matangi debaters is no quite opposition bands the serial number 48 Devi Rani Ketelapam Sakopal Tera Kuraiza then opposite.
Luang pagsiba, masige na may tataliba, mayang punna po ay naikay kung nabot bagalay na nanolog na ko. Kurumjari ay samang debrani kathalak po minakos kung may from the 12th grade kajari. Mr. Speaker Sir, di ayabalag na nga sige ay argument na si bumove to na ba Ningsing Zari. Mr. Speaker Sir, ako'y nga sige topic asi House of Bukhalagul topic haibadi Maitay Nupina atopo furupta mayung pankibada Maitay furupta karimata amang balay dehabze ay thawai haksang yaw na yaw ningzade maramdi ako'y handak research amada utli community macha ama stable oina extinct oida na thamge hairabadi community adugi layriba nupa amasung nupising na thawdang lobasi yamna darkar tai kariguma community adugi nupidana atopa community da mayung pankhiba oragadi community adu extinct oibagi percentage lom da chatkhiba haibasidi nungda haklaga layraba wafamgumadi akoy karigumba community macha amadagi nupi amana karigumba community da thadokduna community gidagi lineage chathabai hota atopa community da mayum pankragadi madu community adugi demography da yamna chauna chaithek pirakani amadi community adu generation kharagi matungda mutpha haibasidi soidrabani haiduna thamjari masi khudamga changana haibasi mutki 2010 da extinct oiki sigi community se akhoi maitai ga yingraga di masu apikpa community amani mase British na colonize taw khraba loirakanda mogi communal war gi matungda mogi migration chathagiba amasu mogi nupi singna atopa community da mayum pankibana maram warga bo community se mutkibani masigi laibak se Manipur akhoi maitai furup sida tamloi haibagi guarantee laite akhoi Manipur su British na colonize taw khraba loirakanda hoji communal war lai communal war sida maitai nupi kama hoji war tawnariba furup sida mayum pankre kama na hat bayare kama hundopire sina takpadi karino harakanda akhoi zu bo community gi laibak se fangadra haibagi wahang amalai akhoi gi maitai nupi singna akhoi law amani laite akhoi maitai atopa community da mayum pan da yaro haina adu akhoi na wakhal khandana khanggadabadi atopa community da mayum pan kragadi akhoi gi extinct oibagi percentage hangalai atopa community da akhoi 10 ki male to female ratio su 1000 to 985 ni male na hena yami nupi na yamde aduna nupi na mayum pan base unmarried partners thangani adudagi akhoi gi community hase handarakpa oiganeba adu hoji akhoi ILP chatna na ba Sinki bana hoi hoji ILP chatna re 2019 da ILP chatna khibni ILP se kaido bai chatna ri no ILP da ahalla manana tana student kya amna thawai tha khraga ILP se chatna ga da ni inner line permit se chatna da sumya ya ro haraga ILP se chatna han se kai bino ba akhoi se Indian ne haraga akhoi ga sab kuchu mana da ba singna akhoi se laksil laktana ba akhoi gi population se stable hoina ba chatna khibna tro Sigi chatnari na charak sida maitai nupina amo atopa da mayum pan ki bahai si akhoi gi uttagi haibaga chap manai na ina thamjage hauze amo ILP inner line permit na yarakta da na NRC yung chatna na akhoi na on thoka rally tauri akhoi rally NRC chatna na bane haduna jaga ke da rally taur se kai binoba akhoi ki phurup se mi atopa mitop na kan laksin zadana ba akhoi maitai phurup se stable oinaba akhoi kamlai bak tamara chena pan na bana tro khoi na NRC chatno na toise ILP chatna halle NRC chatno na demand tawre si me amsda amu maitai nu bising na atopa purup ta mayum pan ba haibasidi akhoi kabu kayoi bagi makha mamang mani hoba utong ga ising haijan magum bane na aina thamjage aduna akhoi isa na gyan ta na duna akhoi gi purup lineage haibasidi purup tu gi nupa amasung nupi na reproduction se amaru oi reproduce tawra lineage tu puthokadamni ILP amasung NRC chatna una demand tawriba ILP chatna halise akhoi na uttagi haiba dawna tawhaloidamni amadi ngasi gi house of khalaiba motion maitai nupina atopa purup da mayum pan ba haibasi maitai purup da akai ba leite haibse ai thawai haksang yan loina na yaningba Janingda ba fongdok sari amadi ngasi motion ase house the pass tawbidana ba aina Mr. Speaker sir the request tawzari thagachari
Thank you. Amka su opposition parents tagi kauthok sage serial number 32 Among Daina Devi Awang Simai Awang Lekai opposition.
Magdala, Mr. Speaker, sir, amasung jury members ko hani pa muna ka sir. Kasi house motion, mitai pina mito ta mayung pan bana, mitai fruit ta mangsa bagi. Motion na si arama mani yung kham yaw ga motion na mo. Amo ay bana, I strongly opposed to jury loina na. I give a valid argument saying Speaker sir ko kham da kita American tham jury. Mitai fruit asi masag abasat nabi loan amasung puar lego mapangal kan bazati amani. Masigi puwari da mitai nupi singa law ni wathau na asiyang na sawi nupi amana masagi pro thadok tuna adoba pro da mayung pan ba ha ga asi matam ko na magda khunai da wathau mo odra lali khena ba wakhalon kya le basu wafa masi balo singai na khana ba ta ka mani ori ahan da 1951 ki hawa maso identity crisis Manipur na 1949 da India ga majority na ba matu mitai khunai asigi traditional identity amadi social rules amasung Traditional use singa akal la baraki mitai pina outsiders ka luhong pada community ki identity mang na khanga was na indigenous ki identity ka na ye ho raki Manipur da yum lai ba le na na tana SD status ka mari le na mito pa na mitai ko bi ko mayu paluraga local resident o na mo na ba asna for amo manghan pa na tana systematic gram amo na lo sir maram asna pira bi ba masa na siya sa ning sir
Anisubda 1961 ki ihau amasung social reformation. 1961 fauda Manipuragi outsiders na lalon iti amasung social structure de interference tawpa asina mitai product ki hanba horki. Matam asina mitai group mitai council amasung social organization kya seluna. Traditional marriage laws ya salai exogamy amasung outsiders ka lumang kusinda akan per restriction thambarki. Mitai identity protection ki hiramda nupisingna outsiders ka lumangba asibu social threat amani hana launa rakhi marandi masina land rights amasung demographic balance akaiba pi habis matam asigi maru ba wafan singoi sir. Biometric system Manipur sarkar na illegal immigrants mo identify tawnaba biometric data collection ki thabak July 2023 lagi hogi sir. Thaba asina scientific method amo oina illegal immigrants mo identify tawna padam thamni sir. Online biometric system asina mitai group asibu mito ki makhada isari sakdam identity manghanda dama sijinaba digital fence online sabal amo ibiyai adubu puruk mangba hagasi isari sakdam identity mito ki makhada kusina badagini habis ekoi kupna khanthaba mathok tai sir. Ahom subda the Manipur Administration Rules 1907 Masina Manipuri Sing amasung tanggi administration rules khaidokiba amasung indigenous customs sing protect tawna guidelines ga safety sir. Mitai law and uses 1998 Masina kunai asigi traditional marriage laws ya salai exogamy amasung converted to Maitai habi laws in kutnapali. Masina matam asda outsiders ka luhongba asda social boycott mangba seba amasung law ya sa thada ko laws ko clarify tawi. Marie Subada the Manipur Land Revenue and Land Reforms MLR and LRM 1960 Section 1 of the Masti hill areas go in the tribal lands in the people tribal lands of people think by close ni adugo outsiders may adugo customary logi matu inali mitai kunagi fruit kinupi asina outsiders ka longwa asina traditional identity mark and hana April 30 sir. May 2022 ngamon junior nuangi article mixed marriages and our heritage masida mahana haki. If mixed marriages is the trend as it is today, it is a matter of time that the minority communities like the Maitais will get subsumed by the majority communities. We can at most delay such a possible extinction, and certainly mixed marriages will expedite. Manipur gumba mitai nupan pi makru masingam jadar khuna magi onadi. Minority community or katra hai bagi akiba kaya amasul lagi. Maramdi nupi singna akhoi puru ngakwa amasul Lightning launch at the as the proof jet and leper sometimes in the leper Toda as late. Proof Mama has the size of them identity, me talking Makana Kusina, but then have the Winnipeg the car in the minister. I must look, let's say the Panjaki of person figures in a cigarette. House in Florida give me the Winapa, I sound a speaker saying of another.
Thank you. Next debater will be from Treasury Bench, serial number 43, Huitrom Santirani Devi.
With the permission of Mr. Speaker, sir, Masi House motion. Maitai nupina mitop tamayong panbana maitai puruk tamang sa balay ti hai promotion na mayay sumana maraga ay samang taway hangsam yauna support of Mr. Sir. Masigi house ki motion na si punong sa balaw sir ga opposition based sa pambi ba quite magi tamoy madi wakal da chul na riba aping wakal adugo ay na si house sida haja ba matamda khara dimen kai tumthok sa ngam ni hai bagi harap ko sa Mr. Sir. Nasi ibu dah actually macam masih dalam operation base ini kuat makna apik pa ay hindi halawa kan ado puren ay na macam hay na hajab macam dah sok na lagi ba adong pick up kan dah thum sa bagong token ni Mr. Sir madada asok pa dah ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯑꯁꯣꯛꯄꯗꯨꯗ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯐꯒꯠꯂꯛꯅꯕ ꯑꯄꯤꯛꯄ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯣꯔꯦꯟ ꯑꯄꯤꯛꯄ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯣꯔꯦꯟ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯣꯟꯕꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯖꯔꯤ ꯕꯦꯟꯁꯇ ꯁꯞꯄꯣꯔꯇꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯐꯝꯖꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯐꯪꯉꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯖꯒꯅꯤ ꯃꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯐꯤꯁꯔ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯇꯣꯄꯤꯛ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯇꯣꯞ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯅ ꯊꯝꯖꯒꯦ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯅꯟ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜ ꯀꯨꯀꯤ ꯅꯥꯒꯥ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯨꯕꯗ ꯐꯣꯔꯦꯅꯔ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯟ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯟ ꯑꯍꯨꯝꯁꯨꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯑꯥꯎꯠꯁꯥꯏꯗꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯒꯦ ꯃꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯐꯤꯁꯔ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯨ ꯃꯦꯔꯤꯠ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯐ꯭रीडम टू अखोई लाइफ पार्टनर चूज तौसे फ्रीडम ओइसे आर्टिकल नंबर 21 दा राइट टू मैरी हाइना चांग यावरी मसिदा लतासे अमदी यूपी स्टेट ऑफ यूपी गा सुप्रीम कोर्ट केस तौनगी बगी वाफम दा मसिदा इंटरफेथ अमदी इंटर रिलीजियस मसि पुन्ना कोई तौबा याबगी अयाब पी हबनि सब मिस्टर फिसर अदुबु मणिपुरदि हुजबि तौसे इंटर कास्ट अमदी इंटर रिलीजियन की मखा याम बोले मिस्टर फिसर अनिसुबदा आर्टिकल नंबर 14 no discrimination on over the religions and caste abdi equality before law haibdi misher masida akoina caste da amadi religion da yenga akoina discriminate tawsi adi adubu manipur da roughly discrimination tawdi pot ama adumuk lai misher masima law gi indian constitution law gi matungina masi yadi misher ahumsu article number 29 मसिदा अखोइना गारंटेड तोइ मदुदी अखोगी लैंग्वेज सिंग अदे कल्चर अखोगी एजुकेशनल ऑफ माइनॉरिटी रिजनशिप से अखोइना योखतना थंबा असि मदुमक यानि सर अदुगा याम पंजिम मना स्पेशल मेरिट लॉ 1954 ला मसिदा यारिबा अखोइना इंटरफेथ आबदी इंडिया दा हाइबना मुस्लिम गा क्रिश्चियन गा मुस्लिम गा हिंदू गा हाइबा अमदी इंटर रिलीजन सिंग से अखोइना मसिदा marriage to way Mr. Fisher adubu manipuradi india habisi communal law amadi indian constitution law ani maktung na chaka lamdam amani adubu communal law amadi indian constitution siga yengrabam matamdadi communal law habisi law give a backing like the har yam loose oiba manipur hairagana akogi CSO singna maitai UP singna atopa bitok ta mayum panba yadi habise communal law ni adubo india constitution ki law matungina di interfaith interreligion for marriage to ba Mr. Kasa maduna masi akoina communal law si akogi yengba matabda yamna loose oi masi makta kaino india constitution law sina hena yamna darka ta hadu phongok sini Mr. Fisher aduga magi positive oiba way singda mungi si positive oiba way singda society maga lomna le tamara moraka association samse hendarani aduga association ki changse hendarani aduga amana culture access to haibdi akoi culture makoi khangani makoi culture dokoi su khangani adagi ahom subda exploit tawrani akoi miyoi singse atopa lamda अतोपा लंदा लेराजी अमदे अखोगी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे हेकलानी मिस्टर सर मणिपुर इकोनॉमिक ता याम सोंदा फमनी अदुबो सोमना अखोइना जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी फमस यामना खुदोंग जाबा मनी अदुगा अखोइना ngसाइदगी येंगबा मतंदा मैतै नुपी मना मिटोक त मयुम पान मतंदा अखोइगी सबना हारबदा मैतै नुपी ना मयाम मयुम पान मतंदा अखोइ मैतै नुपी दो मया नेक्स्ट अवर्डी तोगिनी मिस्टर सर मरमदुना ngasi topic asida maitai ni na mitop ta paina maitai ni sin ki makoi ki ko ki psychology do yam depend ta haira ngasi ki emotion asida house da ina ba yam na pastor the Mr. Fisher ki puri busi da thank you.
So next debater is from the opposition bench, serial number 14. Now then, Celia Sohi Devi regular is school talkative opposition.
Speaker, sir. Today's topic, Meitei women marrying to other community is not harmful to the Meitei community, and I'm standing here to strongly oppose this motion. Today's argument is not about restricting anyone's freedom or denying the right to choose their life partner, but about the effect having on Meitei community. At first, this statement may sound progressive, modern, it may have appealed to our emotion by highlighting freedom and individual choice. However, if we move beyond this emotion and examine this issue very carefully, we realize that it is not just a personal matter, but one that carries deep cultural and social consequences for the community as a whole. A community does not survive merely by its population. It survives because of its culture, unity, and shared identity. The Meitei community has a long history, beautiful culture, and strong social values. This tradition have been protected for generations. But the question we must ask ourselves is, what will happen if the community slowly loses its cultural connection across generations? Will it remain strong? In every family, mothers play a major role in teaching the children their language, tradition, and values. But if the Meitei women marry into the other community, then the children may grow up following the father's culture, language, tradition, and community. So we must ask, what happened to the Meitei cultural heritage in these cases? If the children do not learn Meitei language, tradition, and cultural values, then the cultural connection with the Meitei community may gradually become weaker, and the number of people using the Meitei language may slowly decrease. Language is one of the strongest pillars of any culture and heart of a community. When language disappears, a large part of culture disappears with it. In many societies, children are officially counted under the If the Meitei women marry into the other community, then the children may be identified with the father's group instead of Meitei. This can reduce to the counted population of Meitei over time. And population is not just about birth, it is about identity and recognition. If the next generation is counted under another population, then it will affect the population of the Meitei community. The Meitei community already has a minor population. If increasingly the Meitei women marry into the other community, of course it will affect the population of the Meitei community. So we must ask, if the children are not raised with the Meitei language, tradition, and social identity, how will they value and protect their culture in the future? From the support events, they might say, Meitei women marrying to other community helps spreading Meitei's culture. But I don't think it's that much necessary because there is many other ways to spread Meitei's culture, language, and tradition through like spreading games and dances. For example, the famous Meitei singer laishram introduced many of the songs of traditional Meitei words, cultural expression, and reference to Meitei's costume. When young people listen to her music, they naturally learn about Meitei language, emotion, and cultural identity. In this way, Meitei language, tradition, and costume can be introduced to. Also, the supporter mindset. Every individual should have the freedom and the right to make personal decisions and to choose their life partner. However, this is not about restricting anyone's freedom or denying the right to choose their life partner. Every individual deserves respect and the freedom to make personal decisions. The real concern here is the long-term effect such marriage may have on the Meitei community itself. If the Meitei community marry into the other community, it will affect the cultural continuity and identity of the Meitei community. Most of the children grow up following the father's community, and it can lead to fewer children may grow up practicing the Meitei language, tradition, and cultural values, and result in slow weakening of cultural transmission from one generation to the next. In Manipur, land ownership and community rights are closely tied to identity. Inter-community marriage can create confusion, belongings, and community rights. Land is not just a piece of property, it is deeply connected with identity, community rights, and tradition. If the Meitei women marry into the other community, it will affect the cultural continuity and a society is not built in a single day, it is shaped slowly through generation, through values, and through the choices we make every day. We must not call something completely harmless without understanding its deeper impact, because a society is like a delicate balance. When one part changes, it affects everything else. Mr. Speaker, sure, I'm not against love and freedom, but I stand for awareness, balance, and responsibility, because a true progress is not just about moving forward, it is about moving forward without losing who we are. And let us not think about only today, but about the generation that will come after us. So I request Mr. Speaker, sir, to withdraw the motion from the House. Thank you.
Thank you. So next debater is also from the opposition bench, serial number 27, Katrimayum Nausasin Kuyumpok Nongsu opposing.
With the permission of the Mr. Speaker, ngasi Honorable Member na House book to honorable motion, mitin pina bito to may bano to the mitin to mansa late high wafam sila number mo ke sama strongly opposed to it. First of all, Mr. Speaker sir, lamda ko madai ti lawlang saga mana losan suki pirat kana le puna kana lo yen thoki batara ka suma kai suwat ba hai ka chap mana ba masi motion is bo sumi hai treasury balance na sin ba honorable members ngasi kan da ihan da anga ko thosi. Mr. Speaker sir, British historian Arnold Toynbee na sum haidamni leibak ama proof ama magi proof se kaithrak le hai se ko ki total fertility rate TFR na lepi maram di TFR se 2.1 dagi haitharawa madu mo proof ati kasi nama tapna mathanata mut khidrowa adu mo proof amani adu boy ko ki leiba inam da manipur asigi total fertility rate asni subnagi 1.7 khattani adu mathanata to pami to mai pantra so mut ka dawle da proof asibo amka yung pan ba tara ka tasin na mag hoy yung may sa ibang kan magi na mana petrol sa may tharo ko to kani Mr. Speaker sir ko iram da manipur asidi tasin hai ra nupi bo to ki mate awam thak ikai khuna ba nupi na manipur khunai asida achaw thonang kai laduna lakpa ko da mai hai ra da ki buhari hanggat ai yeng matam da 1904 amadi 1939 ahan nupi lan amadi ani si nupi lan loina na ko ji kangla manung dagi sipai sing lokthok ki da achaw thonang ya ba mai te nupi ni Nut protest with a free from the protest of the Matamadi, Tamchiraba, Mian Sipaisi Matabu, Kanlaban, the Lokoki, Aduna, so saw what I know to like maintain more, Aduga, Tamchiraba, Hojiki, Missing Yamrava, Tanza, Kamito, Mumpan, Tari, Tasina, Kunaya Sikan, that to them low river, Pissing a selectric, Kunaya Mutacha, Panka Kurkani. Sagi identity, Sagi culture, Sagi religion. Ngak na kita magkakanak kita magkakanak koy ikipal ngak pa mamatay tasing na koy mix up to ba hybrid koy raba atong ba aduna koy cultural identity amada koy religion ngak na si yung khom yaw ko praman ko kani tasing na sige mosa na sina high koy pithok ki mo tamda koy da mangsa ba kare sulay ki hali tasing na puwari ko hanggan ni mo tamda koy ini to khage bugi matamda laki mo Salman ay koy mitay panggal hay na khagna riba kundami na riba full basi Equity, Maitaki Yuna Amdi, Maitaki, Nimosing Piduna Kundam Rakimi. Matamunda Equation Akaiba, Kasulati, Tokuta Masiki Hosi Maitaina, Maxam Yokutara Matamasida, or Hosi Chule Palatan, Toki Batara, the Sena, Kunai, Si, Kumud Kigani, Muramaduna Musalmangi, Hosi Laiba, Propasi Nimosina, when Islam lands at Pa Nupa Katada Mayupan, Wakana, Makoni, my Titale, Matokuna. Aikoi fruit isati kanjala gidamta aikoi customary law payam form tawduna koi United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People na pili matudi kari hairi koi worldwide Indigenous People Protection Right pili maramaduna koi kanjala hon ho taragadi tamthi tamchiro sa kai mayam ma lamdam asida lakhigani makoina hani matamda pharaga sa ya ba sali sangai koi taraga tukani loina na Mr. Speaker sir koi Northeast State India da yeng matam da koi Meghalaya high state asi Garo Khasis Delta tribal makhala umsina taba state ne mafam asta mo king matrilineal system high ba mo koi yum koi pala da sum koi any upam da yum pala matam da kai su kai lete to mo mo koi yum pala bi pa mo koi yumnak sangai all ka da bani aduga mo koi plan da on ga da ni mo koi pok ma sa su ju mo koi nupi du gi yumnak sangai plan du mo on ga da ni adu mo laiba amada state amada ko batara ga dinga sini mo sa chuma me adu Manipur gumba actually patriarchal society as the high promotion as atuki matik lali Mr. Speaker maramaduna actually hoji atuki matik sayet na ba demographically imbalance or ba problem maya ma hoji NRC census ki crisis maya ma lai ba loina na lam atopa state ki sanction pa atopa country ki sanction pa immigrant maya masina lam da su thok nom na ba matam sida actually Amuka, ꯌꯥꯝꯗꯅ ꯃꯨꯠꯈꯤꯕ ꯌꯥꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯒꯤ ꯅꯤꯡꯉꯣꯜꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄꯗ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯃꯥꯡꯖꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯨꯞꯀꯗꯧꯔꯕ ꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯨꯞꯊꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯇꯨꯡꯁꯤꯟꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯍꯤ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯁꯨꯛꯂꯨꯞ ꯂꯨꯞꯄꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯒꯅꯤ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯤꯀꯔ ꯁꯥꯔꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯊꯝꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯂꯛꯏ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯣꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯂꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯎꯁꯇꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯋꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯅꯕ ꯄꯨꯛꯅꯤꯡ ꯆꯤꯡꯁꯤꯟꯖꯔꯤ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯆꯔꯤ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯕꯦꯇꯔꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯣꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟ ꯕꯦꯟꯁꯇꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 12 ꯇꯦꯟꯁꯨꯕꯝ ꯄꯥꯌꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯔꯦꯒꯨꯂꯔ ꯏꯪꯂꯤꯁ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯈꯦꯔꯒꯥꯎ ꯑꯣꯄꯣꯖꯤꯠ
Mr. Speaker, sir, today I'm standing here firmly to oppose today's motion. Mighty women marrying member of other community is not harmful to Mighty community. Firstly, let us look at the numbers. Over the last century, the Mighty population share in Manipur has dropped from 56% to roughly 44%. We are already on the verge of becoming a minority in our own ancestral lane. In our society, women are the Yunjalarambi, the guardians of the hut. They pass down the Mighty loan and the sacred Sanamahi ritual to our children. But when a Mighty woman marries out, that cultural nursery is broken. For a minority community, this leads to a biological and a cultural drain. If our children no longer identify as Mighty or follow our traditions, our identity doesn't just changes, it vanishes. We cannot afford to lose even one single household to assimilation if we want to survive the next century. Politically, land is our lifeblood. The Mighty people are confined to the valley, which is only 10% of Manipur's total land. There is a growing and justified fear that marriage is being used as a legal gateway for illegal immigrants and outsiders to gain a foothold into our territory. While our community fights for settled tribe status to protect our land and identity, weakening our social boundaries through inter-community marriages create loopholes that allow our ancestral lands to slip away. For an indigenous group, losing our land is the first step towards becoming a refugee in our own homes. Moreover, when a Mighty woman marries an outsider and inherits ancestral property under the Hindu Succession Act of 1956, that land can technically be passed to a family that does not belong to the Mighty folk. In a state where every inch of land is contested, this creates territorial crisis where the Mighty people are slowly losing ownership of their own homes through marriage-linked inheritance. Civil groups like Indigenous Peoples Association of Tanglaypak have raised alarms that outsiders marrying Mighty women often use the marriage as a legal cover to establish business in the valley. This creates an economic crisis where local markets previously dominated by indigenous people of Manipur are taken over by outsiders. It creates a cycle where the indigenous people loses its financial independence and the wealth of a state is drained out rather than being reinvested for Mighty welfare. Currently, the Mighty community is fighting for settled tribe status to protect its land and identity from external influx. But critics argue that widespread inter-community marriages becomes the community's claim to being a distinct ethnic indigenous group with a pure traditional lineage. Opponents of STCs often point to cultural dilution as a reason to deny Mighty the same legal protections enjoyed by tribal groups. In Manipur, the IOP is a vital constitution shield designed to protect Manipur's indigenous land and identity from being overwhelmed by unrestricted migration. But when an outsider marries a Mighty woman, they often gain a social permit to stay, trade, and even influence local politics of Manipur. This creates silent migration. While the IOP closed the doors, the inter-community marriages opens the windows. Sapam Rabindranath Singha, this brave person of Manipur, had sacrificed his life on July 8, 2015 just to get ILP. But inter-community marriages becomes the legal protection the community fought so hard for years to get. The ILP is a shield for our land, while inter-community marriages creates a big crack in that shield. One of our respected supporters have said, every woman has the right to choose her own partner. Restricting this is a violation of basic human rights. While my supporters speak of individual rights, I speak of collective human rights. International laws, such as the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, have recognized that for a small community to exist, it must have the right to protect its own territorial and cultural integrity. If we lose our distinct ethnic groups through these marriages, we lose our strongest legal argument for civil draft status and constitutional protection. One of our respected supporters also have said, in a modern globalized world, intercommunity marriages is a sign of progress and social integration. But my worthy opponents, modernity should not be a death sentence for ancient cultures. For the mighty people, what my opponents call integration is actually forced assimilation. We are a minority group with a 2,000-year-old history and a unique language. If we lose our distinct ethnic characteristics through these marriages, we lose our strongest legal argument for civil draft status and constitutional protection. We aren't being anti-modern. We are being pro-survival in a world that is trying to erase us. And lastly, what I want to say to the honorable members and the judges is that identity is not something we can buy back once it is gone. Let us not be the generation that forget our heritage, Mr. Speaker, so to withdraw to this motion from the House.
Thank you. So next debater will be from the Treasury bench, serial number 6, Orpheus Buri Standard College, supporter.
Ngasi, House na bibigyan ng topic, Maitai nupi na mitog ta mayong panbana, Maitai furup ta mang jubilate, asi, thawai hakchang yaw na yajay, amadi full support tawjay. Furup kan ba amadi luhong bahay ba ani isi tunga-tunga mawafam no? Kunay amagi mapanggal asi, ayan pa ating bataw na mangal bibili ngamlo. Adubo, nupi amana, mayong panbada, magi identity no mangi haibadi, kuy culture sa taza balay ta haibadi. Ay nasabalibadi, Maitai nupi asina, ambassador oina, mahang na Japan kudinda, ako'y Maitai lausing amasung thonabo sandopani, masina ako'y furup ta mang jubilate. Mr. Speaker, sir, puwari na sa akin ngasi Muslim ijinaw mayam sing ngasi ako'y Maitai lingo di machangakani. Ngasi, Maitai ako'y naawawa tarama matamda, mo'y na ako'y matay pangari. Ako'y masantasin kong jilaba kandata, mapangalay ba kunaya mo oy gani. Kunaya sinukan si hargani, nupi magi hakman pagi mahuta, tamoy tinaba, mo't manaba misang tuga yung panba na asna kunaya magalmangamani. Hajay, maramdi, mo't manaba wakal manaba misang tuga, Maitai masal or bagaso, pemdi kasis horakani. Masina, afa Maitai yung bibuto pangamloy. Hena dum, mawapa set na kanaro, manjado na robitale magi thong tilo hainingay nilagte. Ako'y masal na yek salay ti dalalong nanay na ba asina, ako'y Excellency na lalong na na ba asina silent attack ang oyaki. Maduli, scientifically genomics problem masina, ako itong yung viral da, congenital heart disease, hormone imbalance, thalassemia, mental disorder, deformities, abnormal deformities, aduga, chahin na uwi manupi majasing da, ang fertility rate hanggang alibasi, ayin masilaw sa nabi maram at chow maram amani. Mr. Speaker, sir, opposition na ni hierarchy, culture mana daba, jinjak mana daba, adubo ay hanggang chaning badi, ahay gamlay. Lerang ama sa ama, hay na, nupi ama na, mapagi yung gitongan heklan baga, luway na mahongani, adubo, ngasi fawa, nupi na, ngasi, nupi ama na, ngasi fawa, adu adjust to dunalak pangatani. Adu na bu, ima hay ba, mit na uba isor hay ba ming todo panglibani. Nupi na luhong balsi, jati asi ko talok manate. Maitai nupi di imani, ima amanamana Japan kudinda, mani masamasu amasu, jati asi kita mag life na kita mag thongna fa na life ngami. Ma na luhong mamadamda, magi iya luhong le hay manate. Maha kita moy da Maitai kita mag tabag daw bagi pang thongna le. Kudam moy na harabada, jahi tare kundapa matamda, Manipur na Jahi tare kundapa matamda, marufang na manglurabang asigi Manipur, Maitai nitong muruchan nagi majanupi, kasaray kaki maharani, Hindu babana, matik chok na mapanghi, maduni, Levi tengol kaya sem duna, narasing amasung, Levite ko kaya sino na gabirsing amasung narasing na anina pundo na awabot ang tokiba sila ako ni mayang laro kudam ni. Mr. Speaker, sir, kunay aman basi nupi ang hongdong basi lab na thamkhaga hojik fong sari ba ako ni problem as na may ang chinabagi da magtakhan hejeri madudi world sa tokiba ꯄꯥꯟ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯃꯐꯝꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯆꯥꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇꯕ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯝꯅ ꯍꯤꯡꯒꯅꯤ? ꯑꯣꯏꯜ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯁ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯃꯨꯠꯄꯒ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯗꯣꯔꯦ꯫ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯃꯤꯇꯣꯞꯇ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯁꯝꯕꯜ ꯈꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯀꯥꯟ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯅ ꯊꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯣ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯈꯥꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ꯫ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯏꯃꯥꯅꯤ꯫ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯤ꯫ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯍꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯐꯃꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯣꯡꯅ ꯍꯤꯞꯇꯨꯅ ꯃꯃꯤꯠ ꯄꯥꯡꯅ ꯇꯨꯝꯂꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯗꯣꯛꯄꯗ ꯃꯥ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯣꯟꯁꯤꯟꯕꯅ ꯐꯒꯅꯤ꯫ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯁꯦꯜ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯇꯝꯁꯤ, education qualify ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯟꯁꯤ, ꯑꯗꯨꯒ each and every single ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯅ qualify ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕꯗ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯝꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯡꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯊꯥꯛꯇ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯄ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯊꯥꯖꯩ꯫ ꯑꯔꯣꯏꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯊꯃꯣꯏ ꯇꯤꯟꯅꯕ, ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ, ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯕꯣꯔ ꯈꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯛ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯥꯡꯍꯟꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤ꯫ Thank you.
Thank you. So next debater is serial number 17, laishram regular English high school from the opposition bench.
Mr. Speaker, sir, today motion Meitei women marrying to other community does not harm the Meitei community. This is not about marriage because I'm standing here as an opposer. When I am speaking, there isn't something about the opposers when they bring up some kinds of facts and points to give a solution. Firstly, I am not speaking from a place of hatred. I am speaking from a place of survival. This is not just about marriage. This is about the survival of an identity. To understand the harm, we must look at the Manipur today, the STT-1, the INRB, the ILP and the NRC, the demographic and the political war that will decide the future of a Meitei community. This topic may seem like personal matter, but when we examine it through the history survival of the community, it is undeniable. When we see all the kind of consequences, it is can cause same effect and long-term effect to the community. Because we Meitei community is already a minority and has 15 lakhs population. Are we, the treasury base, going to take the responsibility when our population dropped down from the 15 lakhs? And many kinds of population have been occurred. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is already many kind of consequences and that I want to bring it up now. First, cultural depletion, demographic inclination, and the socio-economic fragmentation. These are the three main pillars that are harmed. In Manipur, land is life. The belly is the only place where Meitei can breathe. Yet, it is open to all. While we already know that the Meitei community is already facing an existential crisis. And the marriage between the Meitei women, this is not just about a woman, this is about a community that we want to save. Who will going to save if we don't want to? We are Meitei. We should save our own culture. Then who will save our own culture by our another community? And where our Meitei warrior, Meitei scholar will not be rise from a home where their mother-own culture is treated as a secondary hobby rather than the primary law of the home. In Manipur, the land is life. We already know that. The village is the only and the place where Meitei can breathe. It is already crisis when the local woman is being married by an outsider. They get a total access to land, political crisis, and many kinds of things, advantages are taken by the more of them. And we have already seen that there are many kinds of population, undocumented migrants. We are at a tipping point. We are not a majority. We are an undocumented migrants. We are going to be dead people. We are not documented. Even though we are an indigenous community, we are going to be generous. Yes, there are laws, but without our strong enforcement, even legal protection cannot save a community and from being an indigenous community to an undocumented migrants. Are they going to say that it is not our responsibility? Because Meitei community takes the whole potential and the minor, not minority now. The minority can take the maximized post responsibility, not of all. Because I bring a lot of consequences and health of it. recalls his mandate and consequences, recalls the consequences, and please let us understand. We Meitei don't use women as an object. When the opponent stated, what about individual liberty? We do not use Meitei women as an object. We use them as our Imam. She is the ultimate moral and social authority. From the Imam Kaitel to the Mayravadi, it is the woman who protected Manipur from the British drugs and military. What about them? They are the guardians of the gate. When the guardians leave the gate to join another house, their gate stay undefended. Are we going to let this gate stay undefended by that house? And we have to lose our own house, then why we will leave? And this is not. They are the future and the literal bearers of the next generation. They do not just leave a home, Mr. Speaker, sir. They just take the whole lineage system with them. So we do not lose only one Meitei woman. We just look at the potential existence of the Meitei woman. So when the population is important, language depletion is important. Though the Meitei warrior and many kind of brothers have sacrificed. Love it can mean sacrifice also. But when Meitei women started to marry outside like this, then even though we have to put many kind of struggles and support and effort to save the Meitei community, it will become at least an ash. Which is like here, let me prove the Bo Adamis and the Great Andaminis. There was more conflict because it has proven. So I request Mr. Speaker, sir, to withdraw this motion from the House as I have proved and bring up more of the points that have all the opposition did not have.
Thank you very much. So next debater is also from the opposition bench. I call upon serial number 15, Lampong Matong Kalpana Sanu Regular English School.
I rise here as a former opposer to the motion that Meitei women married into another community is not harmful to the Meitei community. At first place, this motion may appear modern and harmless, but if we look deeply into the roots of our identity, our survival, and our culture, we will realize that the impact is far more serious than it seems. Let me begin with a powerful truth. Meitei women are not just the members of our society, they are the very soul of our Meitei community. From time immemorial, they have stood as our protectors, providers, and preservers. They have carried forward our tradition, safeguard our values, and shape the very structure of our society. I am proud to say that our mothers and sisters had built and continue to run the world's largest women market in the world, which is not just a market, but a living symbol of unity, strength, and economic independence. It shows how deeply women are rooted in sustaining our community. And when we talk about history, let us not forget the courage of Meitei women during the Nubila. At a time when injustice rose, it was the Meitei women who stood fearlessly, united, and protected the dignity and the rights of our land. They were not silent observers. They were leaders, fighters, and a voice of resistance. So I ask this House, if such pillar of strength begin to move away from the community, will there be truly no impact? Point number 1, culture roles. Marriage is not just unique between two people, it is of merging cultures. And when a Meitei woman marries outside the community, there is a high chance that her children may grow up distant from our Meitei language, traditions, and customs. And gradually, this leads to weakening of our mother tongue, loss of traditions and rituals, and even fading of cultural identity. Mr. Speaker, sir, culture doesn't disappear suddenly. It slowly fades away, and its such steps contribute to that loss. Point number 2, broken social ties. Our Meitei society is built on strong kinship, clan system, and shared social responsibilities. And when marriages happen outside the community, family bonds become weakened, clan identity becomes unclear, and unity starts to fragment. Our society that wants to unite it begins to loosen from within it. Point number 3, shrinking in numbers. Our Meitei population is not very large, and each and every individual contributes to the survival of our community. And when Meitei women marry outside the community, future generation may not be identified as Meitei, and our population gradually reduces. This is not just about numbers, it is about preserving existence and identity. Point number 4, lessons from history. History is our greatest teacher. The story of Nupi Lal reminds us that Meitei women have always stood at front lines to protect society, but it also gave us a warning. A society or community that often fails to preserve their identity often loses away or fades away. losing their uniqueness. So I want to say, if we do not protect our root today, tomorrow we may only remember them in stories. Point number 5, economy and planning. Mighty women are central to our economy, especially through the institution like the Imam market. And when cultural ties weaken, participation in traditional system may decline. Community-based market may suffer, and economic strain may reduce. This results in long-term damage, not just socially but financially as well. And now, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me respond directly to the claims of my dear opponents. They may claim that marriage is a personal choice and it doesn't affect the communities. But I ask, can thousands of personal choices really have no collective impact? Our society is built by individuals, and when many individuals slowly disconnect from it, no community feels the effect. They may also claim that love has no boundaries. Yes, love is pure, but a community also has clear boundaries of culture, identity, and continuity. And ignoring it doesn't make us progressive, it makes us careless. They may also still argue that culture can still be preserved, but in reality, when a person moves into a different environment, adapts to a different way of life, and raises children there, preservation becomes extremely difficult, not guaranteed. And hence, I stand here to clearly say that choices have consequences too, and it is not only for individuals, it is for the entire community. And in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, this debate is not about controlling one personal freedom, it is about understanding responsibilities toward a community which has given us a sense of belonging, pride, and identity. A community is like a woven cloth, strong because the threads stay together, and mighty women are the strongest thread in it. And if this thread started to drift away, the whole community will weaken. And therefore, I strongly oppose this motion because what may seem like a personal choice today can become a collective loss tomorrow. Let us honor the legacy of our mothers who had stood in Nubilal, who had built the Imam market, and who had preserved our identity with strength and sacrifice. Let us not allow that legacy to fade away. And hence, I request Mr. Speaker, sir, to withdraw this motion from the House.
Thank you. So next, debater is also from the opposition bench. I call upon serial number 7, Vandana November, RM School. Opposite.
Hello. Ikai khunajariba Speaker Sir amasung jury members. Maitai nupina mitokta mayung pana matamda maitai furukta akaiba leite hariba topic ase aigi oina hajarabadi tasengna yaningde maramdi khudamana ujek harabasu kwakta wahongi matu thechalaga wahong mabiyaro kwakna kwakka wahongga kunuga mana basaktamina kadamani masigi matangda aina yaingdabagi my first point is cultural identity habadi not kyoy basaktam singda asoiba akaiba kaya ama thengnagani maitai ki chanabi habase akoina chakhalande habadi magyo no lining lison amadi sadai gi oba basak mawong kaya ama su khoina sandopa ma changi maduda maitai nupina atopa firm ki nupada mayung panjiba tarabadi mana legadariba imung adagi misak singna moi ki oba culture do they give their importance to their own culture and forget what is happening, what is the culture of the coming bride. Aduna, maitai nupina ataba firmki nupada mayung panamatamda magi culture ase mangthaki haibagi khudamana laurabada 2018 da Center for Social Development na pangthukiba cross community marriage ki matangda makhoi ki macha masu singaga moigi macha masu singada da saruk chamagi manungda homphumanga amadi they do not know the culture or language of the side of the mother's side of the family. Masina maramoiga maitai akhoi chanabidadi lai harabuda sariba isai khongliba pena saisa amadi khamba thuibigi wari chimba kaya amadi mangtharapgi phibam mada yorkani haibasima ofum chima thamjake. My second point is social cohesion. Habadi khunai masing di markta lainariba mariga asoppa kaya ama thengnagani haibasima. Maitai purukki pangana se maitai bacha akhoi ki markta lainariba amadi manariba lingji aduda polin haibasima. Maduda akhoi ki ima iban sing ꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯤꯡꯅ 1904 ꯑꯃꯗꯤ 1939ꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯂꯥꯟꯒꯤ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯨꯚꯃꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕꯗꯣ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯟꯅꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯄꯥꯛꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯃꯠꯇꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯛꯅꯤꯡ ꯍꯛꯆꯥꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯦꯠꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯅꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯆꯠꯅꯕꯤ ꯊꯥꯛ ꯋꯥꯡꯕ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯨꯞ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯇꯩ ꯎꯕꯗ ꯃꯀꯣꯛ ꯈꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯀꯨꯕ ꯎꯕꯗ ꯃꯀꯣꯛ ꯈꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯐꯤꯖꯦꯜ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯡ ꯈꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯆꯠꯅꯕꯤꯗ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯄꯥꯔꯠ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯇꯨꯅ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯀꯜꯆꯔꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯗ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞꯀꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯗ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯤꯛ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯅꯣꯡꯃ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯡꯊꯕꯗ ꯃꯨꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯟꯖ ꯑꯃꯈꯛ ꯌꯧꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ. My third point is identity and psychological impact. 하이버디 미삭 아마기 아생바 saktam 아마소 마하는 칼리바 pukning wakalgi itel adu mauna jiliba pukning wakalgi itel adu khandona hotnabada awaba ama oi manadaba furu masem lawna lenaba matamda makhoi machan masu sing adugi asengba saktam adu khandona hotnagi haibadi mana akhoi mixed culture gi oiba mixed culture gi matamda thizen khosna misak singada awaba kaya ama thingne maram kegino hai matamda angang sang changagi madungda nipu amadi they are forced to follow the religion of the father's side of the family. Mukhoy ki mother ki religion ato adaki matik neglect tawi. Adona maitai nupi singna atoma fruit ki nupada mayum pan ki batarabadi. Mayum pan ki batarabadi. Hoy magi oiba idudi manam atoma culture aduda mayum pan ki matamda magi idudi sokko oi adobo magi lakadari matung ki generation mana pass on tor kadaba generation adaki imer kato maitai sing badi ije kadraba. Chiloi habase kholu sing hangaba katani. Aduna arabada Mr. Speaker sir ana thanjani ko afama sidi maitai nupina atoba fruit ki nupada mayam pan ki matamda akoina mangjaba atuki matik lei haibasini. Aduda supporting bench dagi koigi member amana sumana haiki khasi koigi Meghalaya da oriba majority tribe ma chaliba khasi ni lupase moigi marakta moigi culture ase maternal side means the groom comes to the maternal side of the family haibase akoigi maitai macha amaga khasi ki macha amaga lawna matamda karama chalabi do flow da odese karama chalabi do kahel da odese asigi pakhum piba ngamugadi motion ase pass to biyagani adubu asigi pakhum naitribanina I request speaker sir to withdraw this motion from the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So next debaters who opposition bench lagi serial number 36 Sagol Sam Mangal Maitai Langate.
With the permission of the Honorable Mrs. Speaker, Nasika House the move to the motion. Maitai nupina mitop tayo panmana maitai proof ta bangsa plate. Hai bu motion asi yang la ba ma di from yaw to motion am oi hai tigi matik sarva point sing in matam tang ai ke. Asai supporter amana hai bi rame maduti nupa amana mahalan nishindaba nupi adubu maitai nupa atuna tabal songa gi namakta makuti paina bhonai aduga hai ri nupi atana atopa mitop ta yum pan ki matam dana nupa atu kaidor ka lehogi nang sai hai ki nupi atana atopa mitop ta mayum pan ki ni hai pan gi hai na pan ki ba adubu nupa atu ki asoi bisi kari no nupa atana mahapun shibasu nupi atana pan gi hai na mitop ta yum pan ki nupa atu ki asoi biti aduga maitai nupi oi bisi masna tugi pasi yeng ni bini hai dana ai koi ki I marina taba miyan sang oiriba mayang sing asigi lantu yang dana yung pan meki sa bigasi nong ki hingalni aduna yellow mai ti kelere riba maitai haiba jati asigi missing degi I marina taba miyan sang oiriba sing missing na nong ki hingal pusuletri aduna mara mai dana maitai haiba jati asina nong ki sara ani fawa ta nong dana ngasidi awaba kaya ama maitai masa kaya na mayogri aduna sanaliba ko lemba manipur asi mani leitwa Manipur ama oirikatra haibiki ngasidi maitei masa kaya ki thamoida akiba kaya ama le Mr. Speaker. Aduga maitei nipina mitokta yung pankiba haibasi mahak masagi oyati apawa ma onbiya. Adugo ngasigi asiri mahak fai natraka phatti haibidu nati motion asina haning liban nungge oipa artadi makoi nang mitokta mayung panchibudana maitei prukta di mangzabar lakani haibasi. Aduga Mr. Speaker, I ki maitei pangal oiripa Muslim Islam sing asigi makoi di minority oiramadi majority oiramabaki damakta makoi ki oipa sati sing nipisina atopa jati sing nupa sing yung pan ki chani bia sing thingsdora ngasidi Manipur asta saukat pa amati majority community ama oiripa yam ki khudung sabai yam na wangani aduna asigum laba yam na phajaba policy asi maitei masai koi su tamjabi ya hena khanjai adugo maitei nipising na atopa mitokta yung pandana bagi damakta leiriba lupsing asi khatana thingnaba honaba haibasisu utung ahobana ising sokka pankhani Mr. Speaker. Aduga maitei nipina mitokta yung pankiba haibasiti aikoi maitei gi oina lejariba senglaba lining cultural dress saksa yuthak cultural dress mamin khar parabada pungo fanek mayek naibi asina singmasing asi sijinabiki sang hantarutuna sarariba Manipur asida leiba maitei haiba jati asi atopa malemda leiba purupsingda masak takna honabada awa pama wari namgi masak am wari kan Mr. Speaker. Aduga yengsi Mr. Speaker aikoi mayang sing yamna pa na tamri bi yausang Diwali asina singmasing asida maitei masa sing su saru yari amadi arebana mata mangan na nata paisa so khundu adugo aikoi maitei gi oiba senglaba aikoi maitei gi oiba senglaba lai harauba sajibu serauba asina singmasing asida makoi di karamda saru ya uhikrabagi masina takpadi maitei aikoi nadi atopa phuruk culture bu yokhan honari adugo atopa phuruk nadi maitei gi culture bu yokhan honadi haibadu mata masidigi aikoi khangmi yai Mr. Speaker. Aduga ngasigi Treasury Bank staff family ba members ngasi ubla ai tasena tabangante tum tabami hodopaloi haibadani marandi maitei nipina mitokta yung pankiba haibasiti masagi imani ama oina yauza iliba culture adu khundokla mitokki oiba culture bana hina thawa yawi haibagi khudam amani aduga maitei nipina mitokta yung pankiba haibasiti masagi inkolda lairang singna maka phanna sadadana mi inkolgi masinda sabuka pankami madamdana Mr. Speaker nasiga house of thambiram motion asi yamna lamba amedi yim yaudu motion ama oibna maram baraka Mr. Speaker sana nasigi house of thambiram motion asibu withdraw topic kina ba ke site ki norodan sinje. Thank you.
Thank you. Next debater will be from Treasury Banks. So now I shall call upon chair number 20, Khaidem Laishram Bide.
Mr. Speaker, sir, today I stand in front of you to support in the favor of the motion that Meitei women marrying to other community is not harmful to the Meitei community. Marriage between individuals of the different community has become more common in the modern society. In the case of Meitei community, the marriage of the Meitei woman into other community should not be viewed as harmful. Instead, it can be seen as a natural part of social change and cultural interaction. First, marriage is a personal decision based on mutual love, respect, and understanding. When a Meitei woman marries someone else from another community, it does not mean that she loses her identity and stop valuing his cultural roots. Many women still continue to practice and promote the culture, tradition, and languages even after marriage. Therefore, the cultural identity of the Meitei community can still be preserved. Second, intercommunity marriage can promote social harmony and unity. When a group from different backgrounds came together as family, it creates an opportunity for cultural exchange and better understanding between the different communities. This can reduce the prejudices, strengthen the relationship, and ecologically peaceful coexistence in a diverse society. Third, society naturally evolves over time. Cultural interaction has always been a part of a human history. So instead of saying such marriage is harmful, such interaction can enrich our tradition, languages, and culture and important perspectives. The Meitei communities, like many others, can benefit from the openness, mutual respect, and adaptability. So let me ask you one question. When a man marries outside the community, people say, fine, it is his choice. But when a woman does the same thing, suddenly it becomes harmful. Why? Because people still think that women must obey, must sacrifice, must follow rules made by others. Love does not destroy a community. Fear does. Stop blaming women for losing culture. The real loss is our mindset, small, scared, and stuck in the past. So, let's bring facts, not fear. The Supreme Court of India has clearly stated that every adult has the right to choose their partner. Article 41 guarantees personal liberty, Article 14 guarantees equality, and Special Marriage Act 1954 legally protects inter-community marriage. So opposing such marriage is not protecting the culture. It is going against the Constitution itself. You don't protect culture by controlling women. You protect it by trusting them. Strong culture trusts women, weak ones control them. And according to the 2011 census of the India, Manipur total population was about 2.85 million, and Meitei is the largest part of it, showing that the community is not still threatened by a small number of inter-community marriages.